All right, welcome everyone. Today, let's take a journey together, a cultural deep dive into South India. We're going to explore an art form where spirituality and just breathtaking craftsmanship become one. So let's step into the truly luminous world of Mysore paintings.
You know, this phrase just nails it, doesn't it? It perfectly captures what Mysore painting is all about. This is so much more than just art. It's a deep, profound expression of faith. Every single brushstroke is like a prayer. And that shimmer of real gold leaf, well, it makes the devotion something you can actually see, something tangible. It's reverence you can literally feel.
So what exactly are we looking at when we see a Mysore painting? Well, think of it as this beautiful combination of three key things. You've got this super delicate, fine line work that takes an incredible amount of skill. Then there's the color palette. It's soft, it's subtle, and it just creates this feeling of calm and grace. And of course, the signature element, the use of genuine gold leaf, that's what gives the art its divine, otherworldly glow.
Now, to really get what these paintings are about, we have to go back in time. See, this art form wasn't just born in a vacuum. Nope, it was nurtured right in the heart of royal courts, and its whole story is woven into the rise and fall of great empires.
Let's trace this incredible journey. The roots of this art go way back to the great Vijayanagara Empire. But after the empire fell, its artists scattered, and they took these amazing traditions with them. The art form really truly blossomed under the royal patronage of the Wodeyar dynasty in Mysore. A huge figure in this era was King Krishnaraja Wodeyar III. He was a scholar himself, and he commissioned this monumental text, the Sweetadvanidi. This wasn't just a book, it was basically the official playbook for the art. It detailed exactly how to depict all the divine figures, creating an essential guide that kept this sacred knowledge alive for generations to come.
And this brings us to a really crucial point. These paintings are way more than just beautiful portraits of gods and goddesses. They're visual storybooks. Every single canvas is like a vibrant page echoing with tales from ancient epics and sacred texts.
So who do we see in these paintings? Well, it's a who's who of the Hindu pantheon. You've got Shiva, Vishnu, the beloved Ganesha, but it's not just static portraits. They also show these huge, sweeping narratives from epics like the Ramayana and the Mahabharata. Each painting just pulls you into a moment of devotion, a scene of divine play, or a chapter from a timeless story. And that's what gives them such an enduring emotional and spiritual punch.
Okay, now let's talk about the real showstopper, the element that truly sets Mysore paintings apart. We're talking about their iconic use of gold. And this isn't just a dab of gold paint. Oh no, it's a careful, multi-step ritual that transforms the artwork into a luminous, sacred treasure.
The whole process starts with something called gesso. The artist applies this special paste to create a slightly raised base for things like jewelry or tiny architectural details. Then, while the gesso is still a little moist, they carefully lay down these ultra-thin foils of pure 24-karat gold. After it all dries, that's when the magic really happens. The artist covers the gold with a thin piece of paper and then rubs it or burnishes it with a special smooth stone. This makes the gold shine with this incredible brilliance. It almost looks like it's radiating light from inside the painting itself.
Now, you might be thinking, wow, this sounds like a lost art. But the answer is a big, resounding no. Despite its ancient royal history, the tradition of Mysore painting is very much alive, and it's protected and practiced with reverence, even today.
One of the most important safeguards in the modern world is the geographical indication, or GI tag. It's kind of like how real champagne can only come from the Champagne region of France, or Darjeeling tea has to come from Darjeeling. This tag ensures that only authentic paintings from this specific region made using the traditional methods can actually be called Mysore paintings. It's a powerful seal of authenticity that protects both the artists and the art lovers from fakes.
And that old spirit of royal patronage, it hasn't really gone away. It's just evolved. Today, you have organizations like the Karnataka State Handicrafts Development Corporation. Since 1964, they've been playing a huge role in supporting these artists, providing materials, training them on new market trends, and just making sure that this exquisite craft doesn't just survive, but actually thrives in our modern world. So, let's say you're lucky enough to see one of these in person. How can you spot an original? Here are the key things to look for. First, check out the gold work. It should be delicate and thin, not thick and heavily embossed. Next, the colors. They should be muted, subtle, with soft, graceful shading. Then, just notice the incredible level of detail, both in the background and in the fine lines all over the painting. And finally, a real Mysore painting has this unmistakable feeling about it, an aura of devotion, balance, and just pure emotional grace.
You know, art, at the end of the day, is all about people. And the story of Sri M. Ramanarasha really brings this whole tradition to life. He was a palace artist, a true master who dedicated his life to perfecting the art of painting gods and goddesses. This quote, it just captures the reverence people had for him. He was seen as a living link to the golden age of this incredible art form.
And here's the most hopeful part of this whole story. Sri Ramanarasia's legacy didn't end with him. His children, who are also incredibly talented artists, are carrying on the family profession today. This passing of knowledge from one generation to the next, it's the very heartbeat that keeps a tradition like this alive. It's literally the brush being passed from one hand to the next.
And that really leaves us with a final thought to chew on. We've seen how this amazing art has been passed down through empires, from palace walls to modern homes, and from one generation to the next. So it raises the question, what's our role in this story? How do we, as people who love and admire culture, make sure these golden threads connecting us to our history are never, ever broken?